Alright, so it's about 6 o'clock over here, so we're making our way to Bolzano to check out the new Porsche Centre grand opening tonight. We have about half-hour drive over there. It's already nighttime here, so there's not a whole lot that I'll be able to show you once we get out of the garage. I'll do my best to capture some shots from the outside of the new Porsche Centre so you can get a sense of what it looks like. And I'll ask him if I can bring my camera inside and show you some bits of the floor space. So, fingers crossed, let's hit the road and get to Bolzano. Well, good morning everyone, and welcome to day 2 of our trip here in Milan. About to make my way to the Milano Autoclassica. Last night we had a great night with the Porsche Bolzano Centre opening, and a great event. I really love to be there. We had a fairly smooth drive from Bolzano to Milan, did it in about 3 hours, no one on the road, it was beautiful. We're making our way to the Milano Autoclassica. It's a gorgeous day here in Milan, about 15 degrees Celsius expected today, so fairly warm. I'm excited to go to the Milano Autoclassica and check out some vintage cars, so let's get to it. Kicking off here with some Porsche. They were spread around pretty much everywhere throughout the venue. Porsche did not have a dedicated section per se, but certainly there were cars in pristine condition, both restored and fully original. Although I have always been a huge fan of the 993 model, this 356 here really caught my attention, as well as the F model in Burgundy from the late 60s, early 70s. A great surprise was to find a section celebrating the 60 years of the 1960s Mercedes SL, known as Pagoda, which was my father's favorite car, by the way. I was highly impressed by both the impeccable condition as well as the presence of all three versions, the 230, the 250, and the 280 SL. Lamborghini section did not disappoint. I was absolutely in love with this blue 1980s Lamborghini Countach, as well as the 1970s yellow Miura here. I was very impressed and surprised to see the sheer size of the Ferrari section. The condition of each of their classics showed how much Ferrari was intentional about participating at the Milano Autoclassica. Some of the models displayed here were priced well over 1 million euros. My favorite in this section was this impeccable blue 308 GTB, which was a car I used to have in miniature form when I was a kid. Across the street, there were two additional sections only with Ferrari racing cars, demonstrating a bit of the brand's immense heritage on the track. I could also find other emblematic racing cars, including from Lancia, Audi, and this Subaru, driven by legendary Peter Solberg. I'm very fond of compact cars, so I wanted to put together a section in this video with some of the best Mini Coopers, Fiat 500s, and Beetles that I've seen throughout the exhibition. And of course, some Fiat Pandas as well, a classic in Italy. And what about you? Which is your favorite compact car? Leave your answer below. I wanted to show you this 1970s fully restored Range Rover in pristine condition, being sold here for about 60,000 euros or $70,000. I was very tempted to purchase this car myself, and believe me, this was just one example among several other Land Rovers at the Milano Autoclassica. Most classic car exhibits also host an auction, which in the case of the Milano Autoclassica happened on the following day of my visit. But I was fortunate enough to be able to sneak in and show you some of the cars going for auction, including my favorites. This mega rare 1970 Fiat Spider in red, these two Porsche 944 from the 80s, and this Fiat 500 in fantastic shape. And what about you? Would you bid for any of these cars if you were at the auction? Let me know in the comments below. Well, good morning everyone and welcome to day 3. We have a beautiful day today with not a cloud in the sky. I'm super excited to go around the city and take you for a spin. And we're gonna go to one of my favorite coffee shops in Milan. This is definitely one of my top places to go. As you can imagine, Italy is a place that you can associate with many different things, especially food related. So not only the pasta, the wine, but coffee. And the coffee culture in Italy is huge. And while you can get the true Italian experience when you go to a espresso bar here in Italy, where you find basically at every corner of this city, I personally prefer to go to where they serve specialty coffee, and Milan is one of the places to be. So that's what we're gonna do today. I'm gonna take you to one of my favorite coffee places in Milan and let's see what we find. A bookshop that only sells car books and magazines. I don't think I've ever seen anything like this in any of my travels. The owner was super polite, he spoke perfect English, and gave me tips on another major classic car exhibition in Italy, which will certainly be a future video here on Cars and Drives. Another place I wanted to show you is Armani Silos. which is a gallery owned by George Armani. They have temporary exhibitions and a permanent one on fashion design. The place itself is very worthy of a visit, merely because the building is incredible, and to my surprise, the bistro served excellent food at very reasonable prices. Well, remember earlier in the video when I told you that I was going to take you to one of my favorite coffee shops in Milan? So this is it. Welcome to Lost Cafe. This was my third visit to this place in 3 different occasions in Milan, and I must admit, I have never seen this place so packed. It literally took us about 20 minutes to get our coffees, but it was definitely worth it. Lost is also a great spot for breakfast and afternoon bites.